I do.
How long have you been doing that for?
Actually, since I was 11 years old. You know, I was a kid that kind of knew how to put colors together, and then a painter kind of mentored me. I went through the whole schooling, and there you go. So I've painted for a long time.
What kind of artist would you describe yourself as?
What I create, as you can see, is very abstract.
Where does your inspiration come from then?
With any art form, it can come from anywhere. A person I meet, a story I hear, or maybe something I've witnessed or lived as a child, and then comes out later. It's not something I can, pinpoint.
Do you have like a time when you sit down and you're like, right, I'm gonna paint today? Or is it just like whenever the urge hits you?
It's usually the urge, and usually that urge goes on for a while. I would have oh, I really need to paint. And then I paint, and then I'll paint like for 10 hours, and then the next day I'm painting for 10 hours, and it's gonna happen, and then I'm painting for like 2 weeks. And then it goes, and comes back and goes. It's a tricky thing with art, right? Because you don't want to push it, but in theory, if you were to sell constantly, you would have to probably force yourself in moments. It's the same thing when you write, right? I just read the other day, I don't know who said it, I forget now, but she said, even when I don't feel like writing, I sit down in front of my computer and I spend the whole day as if I was in the office, 9 to 5, and even if only one sentence comes out, that's okay. Because you still have to force yourself to do what you do, despite that being a creative entry.
Can you show me one of your pieces of work then?
Sure.
Thank you.
Why not?
Can you tell me a little bit about this painting?
I have this series called Perpetual Duality. It's about the existence of the two worlds. So it's like a world within a world. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of a 3D look, two paintings at the same time. I started this morning, you got inspired by knowing you were coming to the studio.
Yeah,
so.
well, am I the inspiration behind this painting? That is the question. Maybe my face is behind there.
Or maybe somewhere in the corner, you never know with abstract painting.
But no, it is very cool actually, because it is like you like sort of crawling behind the paint yourself to the next sort of universe. It's like Stranger Things.
Oh wow, thank you. I love Stranger Things. Yeah, I think that's what's so beautiful about it, it's so open that you can everybody can project their own ideas, and that's great. Yeah.
Do you go to quite a lot of exhibitions then?
I always enjoy the masters. And new stuff doesn't somehow, I don't know, I don't relate to it quite as much, the whole neons and all that. It's just not so much me, I suppose. Yeah. But I love the masters. I think everybody does. And I'm not unique in that.
This painting really caught my eye when I came in, probably because of the popping colours.
It's not finished yet, so
it is really cool.
It's drying.
I mean, I obviously love the pinks and the oranges. How do you get this to happen? It's like a waterfall.
That's a secret.
You grew up then between the Middle East and Europe.
I really grew up in a very European way, to be honest, because I spent most of my time with my mother in Europe. And before that, even in the Middle East, we were, sort of part of an international community. So I never really felt very local anyway.
And how has growing up in these two different places sort of influenced you in terms of your films, your art, fashion?
When you pick up everything, you're sort of almost like you're nothing. I don't think I have one particular, strong influence. Is sort of all kind of mixed and quite maybe like a melting pot. It's very reflective of London, I suppose,
Yeah, especially in Notting Hill. That's why I like the area so much, because you've got a real mix of people.
That's why London feels home, I think. I mean, even as a child, you don't totally relate to one particular country or one particular nationality, or because you just don't see yourself. You think differently maybe than one group, then you behave differently than the other, so you're just some sort of a species of your own, really. Obviously,
I want to touch on fashion a little bit because I love it. How important is it to you?
I don't really care about fashion trends and what's in and what's not. I think it's more about personal style. But obviously, I admire anybody creative and anybody that can create a beautiful piece of clothing as much as I admire somebody creating a beautiful piece of art.
But do you think about it when you get dressed in the morning?
Everything I have is sort of in line with what I wear, so it's very easy. I don't spend time, for example, buying fashion magazines or going through that and trying to see what's in, how I could form something. Usually I have an idea myself of what I want, and it's more of a side thing than a focus for me. Okay, so now we've got all this serious stuff out of the way. Shall we take this outside? Let's do it.
Nirvana or Black Eyed Peas?
Nirvana.
New York City or LA?
NYC.
Favourite type of coffee?
Black coffee with milk.
Favourite thing to do in Notting Hill?
Just live here.
Least favourite food?
Chinese.
Trainers or Doc Martens?
Both.
Would you rather spend a month in the Big Brother house or the jungle?
The jungle.
If you could be any Disney character, which one would you be?
Ooh. Probably Maleficent.
Gucci or Chanel?
Neither, but Chanel if I had to be hard pressed.
Tell me a quote that you really like.
I never fucking said that. Sylvia Plath, Buddha, Dalai Lama.
Meditation or boxing?
Depends when, but let's say boxing.
Best place for brunch in London?
I don't have.
Thank you so much for a really great day.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Bring it in.
Bring it in.